Hey there, Curvis. This is Jemmy from Flintstone Media, your host and producer of the Curve the Cube podcast. Welcome to episode 83 with awesome, amazing photographer Estelle DeShocka. I'm so excited to sit down with her again. You may recall Estelle from let's see, back on episode 21. She was on the PBB Street Team episode with Dejanay Barrett, and she got into some really interesting stuff. She talks about her life in radio, but on this podcast, she talks about her passion in photography. So she's an amazing photographer, super talented. I've been watching this girl. I've seen her in action. I've seen her posting things on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and stuff that are just phenomenal. I have a huge love of zombies, massive love of zombies. I should probably go talk to somebody about that. But anyways, the first thing that really caught my eye that she did was this photo shoot that was a zombie wedding that just floored me. I thought it was absolutely breathtaking, beautifully handled, well done, amazingly executed, and you can just tell her talent just from the get-go. So I just had to talk to her. And on this episode, we talk about how she gets great shots, what it takes to get them and all that, the type of photo shoots she really likes best, where she gets her cool ideas. For example, the zombie wedding, the water shoot that she did that was really cool. She did a shoot with an American flag that was beautifully done. So where she gets those ideas and how she translates them into an actual finished photo shoot, how she gets the models that she works with and the vendors that she works with for all the extra stuff, like the zombie shoot. They needed a special makeup artist for that and the cool dresses and stuff like that. And her inside source for some really extra amazing props. She's been doing this since she was little. She talks about carrying camera around for as long as she can remember. And with a mom in graphic design, she's taken some pieces from those that she's known around her, but also she's just learned a lot of stuff on her own. So she talks about how she's gone about learning everything that she knows. And it's great because she interlaces her job in radio with her photography, so gets her extra exposure and stuff like that. And she's really charming, really just a fantastic girl. She can absolutely insist that she's a bitch, but I don't believe it. I think that's just a defense mechanism, Estelle, and I love you. And I think you're awesome. And I think all my listeners will think you're awesome too. So listeners, go follow Estelle. Go to DeShockaPhotography.com to see a bunch of her stuff. That's DSHOCKA photography.com. And also for Facebook and Instagram, you can look up DeShocka Photographer. It's hard to say. DeShocka Photography. Again, DSHOCKA Photography. She's also on Instagram as well as just plain old DeShocka, and on Twitter as Estelle DeShocka. So go look her up. And this episode of Curve the Cube is sponsored by my great friends, the Pizza Girls, who have an amazing restaurant on Clematis where it meets Flagler down there in downtown West Palm. But they also have a second location opening up, I believe in Palm Beach Gardens, but it's a real shame that I don't know that for sure. So go to their website and look up where they're opening their second location, because I'm really proud of them. You can also look for the updates on Instagram, Pizza Girls West WPB, on Facebook at Pizza Girls, Twitter also at Pizza Girls WPB, and so go look up their latest updates. Go mention the podcast, you'll get 10% off, and they have the best New York, authentic New York pizza in South Florida you could ever hope to sink your teeth into. It's so delicious. So go to Pizza Girls, have a slice, stay with them, and you will not regret it. So again, thank you to DJ John Hitta for my music bed, and follow Curve the Cube. I am now on so many places with this podcast, I just can't even think straight. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, Snapchat, Tumblr, WordPress, you name it, we're there. And also growing on the number of apps that we're available on. As this audience grows, I feel like, let me make it easier for people to even find it. So we're now on so many more wonderful and great apps. So like Spreaker, like Blueberry, like trying to think of what else, because we've already been on Stitcher. Oh, we're on Google Play Music now. So if you have friends that you want to introduce them to the podcast, please do so, and don't hesitate to have them just say, look at Curve the Cube on your favorite podcast app, and I'm sure they will hopefully find it, as I'm always adding more. So yay for that, and yay to my listeners, and yay to my sponsors, and yay to this episode's guest, Estelle DeShocka of DeShocka Photography. She's fantastic, seriously. You will not regret reaching out to her and asking her to handle your next photo shoot, headshots, whatever you need. DeShockaPhotography.com. And with that, I'll shut up and say sit back and relax and enjoy the 83rd episode of Curve the Cube. Bye. Curve the Cube will now initiate.
Darling. I know, I feel like making sure.
I was like walking up saying how long it might take you to realize.
No, I was just trying to get the recorders going. You have your
Green tea.
green tea? Oh, that sounds lovely.
It is. You should really try it.
Does green tea have a lot of caffeine? Does it have any caffeine really?
It does have caffeine, but it's not like high in caffeine. It actually also helps curb your appetite. So so if you're trying to lose weight, it's always like a good
that can be like a secret weapon.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, I always like green tea because now I stopped drinking soda again.
Yeah.
So I can't always just drink water. Like I need
Something.
Yeah.
Something. No, tea's yummy. Do you put sugar in it or you leave
This
it
has
or
a little
lemon?
bit. It's lemonade and tea, so it's a little has sugar in it. So.
Yeah. Nice.
But not as bad as soda, like with all that syrup.
Absolutely. I've had to have a lot of coffee today.
And that's like my everyday life.
A lot of coffee.
I live
Yeah,
off
but
of tea, water, and coffee. Mainly coffee.
I don't know
I
how
need an
an IV.
Like
I have it took me a while to figure it out, but about midday I'm like, oh, I have a migraine setting in, don't I? So it's like, okay, I need coffee. Coffee and migraine pills. Popping them pills today.
No, Rebecca and I, because Rebecca just got her own office because she got promoted.
Oh,
So
good
we went
for her.
on a coffee maker.
Nice.
So it's in her office. I'm like in her office like 3 times a day making coffee.
I don't like one of those K-cup
Yeah.
ones. Oh, trust me, story of my life. I love those things. Like,
Yeah, no, the perfect invention ever.
they're so good. They're
we've
so
like
good.
we're constantly talking about coffee. Like
Oh.
we would not be able to live without it.
What's your favorite K-cup coffee? Cup coffee.
K-cup
Cup of coffee.
I don't. That's a hard one.
Yeah.
That's like a hard decision to make. Like somebody asked me what my favorite Harry Potter book was, and I couldn't. Like it took me 10 minutes to decide that. I had to like wade through everything.
What was your answer?
It actually ends up being book number 3, Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes, it is, and I feel
That's
like
a
he
good
learned so
one.
much about his past.
Right? So much
like,
was revealed.
Yeah, so I felt like that was such a great book.
Yeah.
Not that the other ones weren't great as well, but like
Yeah.
I feel like Harry learned so much more about himself.
Totally.
In that book.
And it felt like there was not only did he jump in maturity, but I felt like Rowling, the J.K. Rowling, her writing style matured a little bit for that book
Oh
too.
yeah, it wasn't. I think she was trying to grow with her audience too.
Yeah.
Because originally she started writing those books for kids.
Tiny little ones, yeah.
Yeah, and then as he was growing up, she had to kind of mature as he was going.
I remember the first time, so my friend Mike told me about these books, and I'd never heard of it. And he's like, yeah, I bought them for my mom. Like, I'll lend you a couple of them. And so I'm sitting on a flight years and years and years ago, sitting on a flight reading the Sorcerer's Stone. And I start hearing like this giggling around me, and a couple different pockets of giggles on the flight. And then you don't really think too much about it. And I get up at some point to go to the bathroom, and I realize, oh, they're all reading Harry Potter. So many people on that flight were reading Harry Potter. It was such a thing.
Let me confess that my aunt bought me the first one when it first came out. And
Yeah.
I tried to read it. I kept falling asleep while I was reading it.
Really?
Could not get into it. And then after I graduated high school,
Are you kidding me? There was like a huge python that like escaped in the like chapter 1.
I literally like I had no interest in it, but that's before I really got into reading because I never got into reading until like my freshman year in high school.
Yeah.
So I was like in middle school when Harry Potter came out. So I wasn't laughing. Whatever. Like yeah. And then but after high school, I started reading the books and like I'm in love. I'm actually reading them now.
Are you?
Yeah, when I went to Harry Potter World and Universal, like I had to reread them.
I'm so need to go there.
Oh my god.
I got
a
go
wand.
there.
I geeked out.
Oh my god.
And I don't geek out very often.
I heard like Diagon Alley is amazing. Can I tell you, I'm so stupid. It literally wasn't until maybe like sometime within the last year that it clicked and I understood why when he said Diagon Alley it got messed up. I'm like, I don't understand. And it just clicked, oh, diagonally. Oh. I never got it. So dumb.
I am judging you a little
I can
bit.
tell. And it's okay.
Yeah.
I deserve it. I totally deserve it.
Judging you just a little bit, but right now, like I've been actually listening to the audiobooks while I'm working.
Oh,
Because I've actually been wanting to read so many books, but I don't have time.
No,
So
that's
like I
stupid
figured,
time thing.
Yeah, well, yeah. Too bad there's only 24 hours in a day.
And only one of us, you know.
Yeah, too bad I
can't split yourself
invest,
apart.
and I also invest a lot of time in sleeping because that's
Yeah.
like one of my other favorite hobbies. And
Nice.
that kind of
Don't
trumps
blame
everything
you.
else.
I don't blame you.
So like I figured while I'm at work, I can listen to books.
Right.
But I wanted to try it with a book that I've already read before, see if I can actually comprehend everything that's going on.
That's true.
So
That's smart.
Yeah, no, but once I've started, like the first one, I have to finish the entire series. So I'm on Gobble the Fire right now. So.
Do you like the movies as much as the books?
No.
No.
No, but there's so much like change. Like
Yeah.
the movie kind of did the books justice, but
Yeah.
like there's so much that's not
Had to be left on the
yeah.
cutting room floor.
Yeah, and it's sad.
Yeah.
And the people who've never watched or read the books will never know.
Never know.
Yeah.
Because your imagination is so much more vivid
I
and
agree with
amazing
that.
than anything that, you know,
Oh,
that
totally.
is fed to you like that.
Oh, totally. Totally.
So speaking of imagination, so, you know, I really am so glad to sit down and talk with you about your photography because it's been something I've been wanting to talk with you about for a long time. But I've been very purposeful in not having repeat guests for I wanted to at least like 50 episodes at least, yeah.
No,
and
that makes complete sense.
yeah, and so when I started kind of letting repeat guests trickle in, I'm like, oh, I gotta get Estelle back to talk about photography. So, so what do you love about photography and I mean, how long have you been doing this?
I mean, since I was a little kid, I always ran around with my camera.
Yeah.
Like, I don't ever remember not having a camera in my hand.
Really?
Yeah, no, and I used to always, like, take pictures, and then after I get them developed, I would, like, cut them up and, like, make collages out of them. Or make
Nice.
scrapbooks and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
I've always had a camera in my hand. I don't even know how to explain, like, what I like about it, because it's just, I've always done it.
Yeah.
So it's relaxing to me, I guess. I've gotten into more editing now of it, which I find that very relaxing. I don't have to think about anything
Oh,
but
good.
doing that.
It's good that you like both sides because
Yeah.
sometimes people don't like the other side of the thing that they do.
No, I mean, it's very true. I mean, that is very true. I mean, but I do like setting up for photo shoots and like doing the whole creative side of it, setting up and actually doing makeup for my models and doing their hair and setting up the set and all that as well. But I don't know how to explain what I love about it. Or it's relaxing. It's just something I've always done and never thought about it.
Well, can I read a quote of yours back to you?
Oh, of course. I'm a little scared now. There's a quote of mine. That's
So,
very scary.
by the way, I want to make sure to mention for people to rewind back to episode 21 to visit an earlier version of Estelle, about a year and a half earlier, when you guys were on the Street Team episode with Dejanay Barrett. So I want to make sure I shout out my own episode because, you know, I got to like talk about myself.
And shout out to my boo, David.
That's right. She's amazing. I'm so happy to see her on Friday. So, okay, so your quote is, I've fallen in love with being a photographer because I help people see how beautiful they truly are. So I just wondering if you could like expand on that sentiment.
I think growing up me, myself, always being a little fluffier than more people. And
oh my God, Estelle, you're so cute.
I'm serious. Like, I always say fluffy. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny. It's off topic.
Totally, go ahead, go for it.
The Secret Life of Pets, we just got a bunch of promotional stuff in it, and one of the fluffy dog, the little
Secret
Pomeranian
Life of what?
Pets.
Oh!
The new movie that's coming out. So we
yeah.
just got a bunch of promotional stuff in it. And one of the shirts that we got for it is a little Pomeranian dog, and she's like, I look even fluffier on the big screen. I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
I'm like, I have to get this shirt because I say fluffy for everything.
There you go. There you
But
go.
anyways, growing up, I was always like told by like women that are very close to me that like, you know, Estelle, you're very beautiful, but if you just lose a little weight, you will be even more beautiful. You'll be the most beautiful girl in the world. Like, I think that's complete block crap.
Yeah.
And
you're beautiful, but ...
Yeah, it's like a double-edged compliment or whatever.
Like a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, backhanded compliment.
Totally. Yeah.
So, especially like now in the media, like all you see is how all these women are photoshopped and
Yes.
how they're made so much thinner than what they are, and they're not able to accept the woman that who they are and what they look like.
Right.
And I try so hard with my photography to just not to change a few little blemishes and like whiten people's teeth and take away some lines, but I want to just more emphasize on the beautiful features that they have.
Yeah.
And to show them that they're beautiful the way they are and they don't need all the Photoshop, all the makeup. And I think it's very important for somebody for their self-confidence to have.
Nice.
Even for myself, like for you, like everybody should feel that they are beautiful the way that they are.
How has that helped? How has doing this kind of photography with that kind of end in mind helped you with your own confidence?
I mean, I don't need much help with that.
I know, because you're so spectacular. No, seriously, you really are a great girl.
Oh, well, thank you. Shantae always says that too.
No, she does?
Yeah, she's like, look, Miss Confident. I'm like, I don't see it as being confident. It's just I know who I am.
Yeah.
And I think it's also a very other important thing. And being able to help people realize how beautiful they are.
Yeah.
That's more reward to me than anything. But as how it helped mine, I don't know.
Yeah.
I come from a family where we all know who we are.
Good.
And like, it's funny because my mom always says that we're all a-holes, but because like we're like, oh, I know I'm beautiful. Oh, I know I'm fabulous. Like, but my mom does the same thing. Like, we come from a family that we all know that we're beautiful, and we have. It's just something that's so much instilled in us.
That's
that
good.
I don't. It's really hard to explain, but like I always hate it when I hear people talk bad about themselves, especially very pretty girls. Like that
blows
me
my
up.
mind.
Oh yeah, I want to punch them all in the face. Because like, especially because like, you know, I have friends that are like the perfect little model-sized girls who think that they're fat and this and that. Mind you, I'm overweight for what my body standard is supposed to be.
Same here. So
like, but you know, I still know that I'm beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear you complain about being fat. Like, you have no room to talk.
None.
When I can't fit into my blue jeans that I bought 6 months ago, okay?
Right?
Like,
and you're over there scarfing down a hamburger and you won't look any different tomorrow.
Exactly. But, I mean, it's just something that I've always had in myself.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some days where I'm like, oh, I'm so ugly. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I know I'm beautiful every day. There are days, of course. There are days where I feel like I look
You
like...
mean you're human?
Oh,
my
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, there's that... Yeah, I'm sorry. Did I just reveal a big secret about myself?
Oh my god, spoiler alert!
Sorry. But... I don't even know where I was going to go with that. You totally
Sorry.
no, it's
My bad.
But I think faking it till you make it, I guess, is like even the days I feel like I'm ugly, I'm like, oh, well, I'm Estelle. I'm pretty fabulous. Like,
there you go.
You just fake it till you make it.
Do you know where why your parents decided to name you Estelle? It's not a name you hear too often.
Oh, I was actually named after my grandmother.
Nice.
My mom's mom was named Estelle, and when my mom had my sister, she was actually going to name my sister Estelle, but my grandmother was alive at the time. Grandmother hated her name. Hated, because everybody used to call her Essie. And she hated that, so my grandma would not let my mom name my sister Estelle. So my sister got named Wendy. And then my grandmother died when my sister was 7, and my mom said if she ever had another girl, her name would be named Estelle, which is very fortunate for me because after following my sister being named Wendy, my brothers were named Rainy and Breeze. Mm-hmm. So I would have been named Storm. So
Estelle's a lot more fitting.
A
lot more fitting.
It is, and it works out because both my first and my middle names come from my grandparents.
What's your real name?
Nicole, which I get
my
from
middle name too. High five.
I feel like it's such a common middle name.
It is. It really is. Not that, I mean, I've met a lot of people with Nicole in their real name.
Yeah.
You're right.
But my grandfather, he came from Sicily, and his name was Nicola. And so when I was born, my parents assigned me name after both my grandparents.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It is. And I'm the one and only. Estelle Nicole DeShocka.
Well, there you go.
The one and only.
That's right, me too. I'm the one and only. So there. I don't have any. Oh, here I do. My water.
Cheers.
There you go. Cheers. So what is your favorite, like what are the different types of photography that you do?
I prefer I prefer portrait photography, even with a little bit of editorial and fashion in it. But I do like headshots and stuff like that, which I don't mind so much because I can spin a little bit of a portrait or a fashion depending on who it is. Like
What's the difference between a portrait and a headshot?
Headshots are more like it's just more focused on you. You can't really be creative with a headshot because you're more showing who that person is necessarily. You want to see what they look like, what their hair color is, what their eye shapes, this and that. Kind of see if they're heavier set or if they're thinner. Like it's more for actors and models and stuff like that. So like the agencies can see what they look like. Right. So they know how to place them when they're putting them out for ads or clients and stuff like that. Portraits, you can be more creative. Like I can put a flower headband on your head, or I can put you in a funny outfit, or I can do your makeup
Gotcha.
a funny way. And depending on how we do your outfits and your makeup and this and that, it can go towards fashion or editorial, depending on how you style everything.
Interesting.
Or I think you can just do regular portraits with people who dress up in their normal clothes and just want to have nice photos.
Yeah. How did you learn all of these like distinctions and different things?
Pinterest, Pinterest, YouTube. My mom, because my mom is a graphic designer and she did photography when she was my age. Okay. And my mom, like I come from a very artistic family. My mom also did ceramics and this and that. So she like showed me how to use Photoshop, and she taught me different things, so I know stuff to do for like product stuff from her. Because she does a lot of product things, so I know all about that as well. Yeah. Not just the actual shooting of people.
Yeah. You're diverse, I believe they say. Yes. And speaking of diverse, I mean, I saw some like really cool shots of yours. I was looking at your stuff. There's a shot of graffiti, and I remember, and you said the caption was "Animals do really live in the concrete jungle," and I thought it was just a cool shot of someone's art on a wall. And I saw the shots of Christy and her horse. I really did look
like research.
I did.
I feel like I'm actually somebody important now.
You are. You're the most important ever. I saw Alex's wedding photos, which I'm kind of mad at Alex because I didn't even know that you got married. So whatever.
Well, he got married at courthouse. He just had some photos done with him and his wife. His wife just wanted photos done.
No excuses.
I will let him know you said that.
That's right.
But I actually got to text him.
And I saw like you did pregnancy photos for one girl. And then I'm a huge fan of zombies. So when I remember seeing your zombie photo shoot, what was it, a year ago?
Yeah, it was last October.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, that's the coolest thing ever. Like, which one of those is like, if you had to choose from one of those, like that was the most fun that kind of captures what you really love?
From that shoot?
Yeah, or from any of those that I just named off, yeah.
That zombie shoot was actually pretty fun. And my favorite one is my friend Dominique, because one of my good friends I grew up with, Sammy, her sister's a wedding planner, and we basically staged this whole wedding. It was not a real wedding. Right. But there are people that do that, and she was staging it for that kind of market.
I can see Jason doing something like that, like a crazy wedding.
Yeah, if Jason and I really do get married, that's not happening. No.
I was like, because I'm marrying him. Anyways.
So everybody's marrying Jason, apparently. I'm going to have to bring that up to him.
There's a queue. Get in the queue.
I'm going to have to talk to him about that. But anyways, but my friend Dominique ended up being one of our models for it, and we had this idea of doing a female best man instead of having like a regular man. Yeah. So we had her in like the suit outfit, but like instead of having a shirt underneath it, she had like beads put in, and like she had her neck like completely tore out.
Yeah. Is that the one where there's one shot where she's leaning, I think, on a chair maybe?
Yeah,
and it's
no,
like
she's
total
actually
side boob?
That's one of my favorites, but
Okay.
it's her just holding a drink in her hand.
Oh,
She's
okay.
just like kind of standing there like
Yeah,
this. And
yeah.
She looks so creepy, but
Yeah.
it's so gorgeous.
Where was that shot?
It was actually at my best friend's house, Jessie James.
Okay.
It was at her house. It was in her barn.
I was gonna say, because it's like a barn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
okay.
in her barn.
That's awesome. Amazing.
It's where I pretty much do
Amazing.
all my photo shoots at. Her house is just like it looks like an old Western house. But
Yeah.
like her dad used to work on movie sets and do props and stuff like that.
No way. What?
So he has all like these weird things.
That's
and like I
amazing.
use all his props and stuff.
amazing.
And he said he hates doing all this stuff. He does it. He gets so much joy.
Yeah, inside he's like, this is awesome.
He's like always pulling out stuff. Like he has an old 1940s car that I used for a photo shoot for JC Western for their
Nice.
calendar last year.
Yeah,
So.
that's amazing. Is that where you did Christie's photo shoot with her horse, or did you do that wherever her horse was?
We did that at the Posting Grounds in Wellington.
Oh, okay, that's amazing. I'm kind of very jealous that you do that. That's awesome. Do you still do the strip club?
No, not anymore. No, the strip club decided that that's not something they want to invest in right now, which is fine. That
Yeah.
means I don't have to work late nights anymore.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, how do you balance? Because I know you have to,
Yeah.
you're all over the place between the radio and photography and everything else. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you do a lot.
That's actually what I plan on doing those next couple of days because I have to work Monday shooting photos for the station for 4th and Flagler for the
Oh.
city. So I'm
Like
spending.
prepping for prep stuff, or like at the event?
I have to be at the event
Yeah.
shooting photos for the stations, and then I also have to go early and prep for it.
Okay.
So,
Just a lot. I'm gonna be there.
oh well, I will see you there.
Yeah, my brother's coming. My son's gonna be
Oh,
there. Very
yay.
excited. My friend Greg. Well, you know Greg. He's
Yeah.
the lead singer of Camaraderie. I'm
Yeah.
sure Beth helped put it all together. He's gonna do the
Yeah.
anthem. I'm like, that's amazing. I'm so excited. Yeah, we were texting today. I'm like, yay.
He's going to be performing at our summer beer fest too.
Oh, nice. I love him. That whole
He's such a
that whole
sweetie.
group is so good. So, anyways, all right. So, I also wanted to know. So, at some point, when you're growing up, right, and you have a camera like always in your hand, and I know you went to.
I have a feeling I know where this question is going.
Oh, I'd love to know where you're speculating.
I'm figuring that you wanted to know that I always see myself being a photographer.
Well, sort of. I think yes, but I think because you went to FAU, you studied what, multimedia journalism, right? At what point did it click for you that this is something that you can actually like make a little money with?
I don't think it's even fully clicked in my head.
Yeah.
No, I went to school to be a journalist. I actually never saw photography as an option.
Yeah.
And I kind of still don't because to me, even though like it's great that you find something you love and they always say find something you love and learn how to make millions at it, but I always kind of feel like if I just focus on that, it will become work.
Yes.
And I kind of don't want it to become work.
Yes.
Like, cause now like I've been itching to like do a whole photo shoot setup of doing something crazy and having a whole day of models just come through and shoot them, but I don't have the time because I've been so busy with the radio station. But as I was going to school, like I had to keep a vlog. And
As like part of your assignments or whatever? Okay.
And for this whole semester for a class, I had to keep a vlog. And so I figured turning that in, using my photography to take my own pictures so I didn't have to like get a Getty Images account or this and that.
Right.
But I still don't see myself making money out of it. Like, yes, it would be nice to be like Sue Bryce, who is one of my absolute favorite photographers. If you don't know who she is.
I don't. Sue Bryce or Price?
Bryce. Bryce.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
All right.
But like if I could be like any photographer, it would be her.
I'll
Like
have to
she
check her out.
is absolutely. I can't even describe how amazing she is.
Oh
Like
my gosh.
she's phenomenal. If I couldn't be like her and make money like she does, hell yeah, in a minute. But I still don't see myself making millions of dollars off of this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
more of just something to kind of escape reality from.
You know, it's interesting that you say that because it's not the first time I've heard someone say something like that. Scotty Fusion actually has said something almost identical with his photography too, is that he doesn't want it to feel like it's work, like it would stifle the creativity and the fun and all of that. And so I totally 100% understand that. You know, there are times when I don't do it much anymore, and I certainly never made any money off of it, but I used to do a lot of poetry. And
well, there's no money in poetry.
no, it's not even like an option. Not really. But you know, I can see myself if I were trying to, or if someone hired me. Like I don't think I could quite wrap my head around the job of being a poet. Like there's some who have gotten to the point where, like Maya Angelou, you know, and there's something that clicks and whatever. But
they're one in a million.
One in a million, and you know. But I think for most people, if they were told like, oh, I need a poem about X and thus and such, it would obviously feel like work, and I would probably be sitting there like, that's right.
Exactly.
Like, that has to come within.
And it's funny because everyone's like, well, you should really get into wedding photography. That's where all the money is, and I'm like, I personally, I don't want to do wedding photography.
Yeah.
I, like, you know what? The people that do it, I commend them.
Yeah.
Like, because on top of that, that's so much stress. Like, and to me, like, I get anxiety thinking about it. Because that's someone's most important day. And you're capturing every moment of that person's day. And if you screw something up, like, I would feel horrible for that person.
Right.
And plus, it's just me doing it. Like, it's not like, I have friends that always want to hire me to shoot their wedding, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to tell you this one thing. You know what? Cut back on other things you're wanting, but one place I tell you to splurge at is your photos, because at the end of the day, that is the only thing that you take from the wedding.
Yeah.
You can't wear your dress again. Can't take home the food.
Right.
Can't eat the cake. Can't keep the DJ forever. Like,
oh, you can't?
No.
I gotta go home and unlock a door real quick. Sorry for that.
But you can't, like, that's the one thing you can only take from a day, and I would hate to make millions of dollars off of people that way and then not give them quality work. Whereas where I take a job here and there and I put my whole soul into it. And it turns out fabulous. No, that totally makes sense. You know, I am the communications manager for one of the services at my church. So I'll be there at church, and while the band is playing, while the sermon's going and stuff, not all the time, but oftentimes I'll be there with my phone and I'm taking pictures or videos. I don't have a nice fancy camera like some people. Well, you need to get your game.
I know. But so I'll be, you know, there, and sometimes I just feel awkward because I'll feel like I'm getting in the way, you know, like I don't want to stand between, for lack of a better word, the audience, you know, the congregation and what's going on in front of them, and have my moving around be a distraction. And I've always wondered, like, wedding photographers, like, how do you not get super paranoid if you're getting in the way?
I feel that way too when I'm shooting for the radio station, because I'm always shooting artists while they're performing. Like, a few weeks ago, we did Summer Music Fest for Boots and X1023, and I was taking photos on stage, so I was constantly walking back and forth on the stage, and I'm sitting there wondering, like, these people are probably getting so pissed off that I'm in their way.
Yes, you know.
But at the same time, you think of it this way: this is my job. I have to do this. Like, at the end of the day, people, I don't really care. Like, not to be mean, and not that I don't care, but
it's just you have to do what you have to do.
I have to do what I have to do, and I'm usually only up there for the first 2 songs. They get to go for the rest of their music. So.
I think it was, I want to say it was No Snowball maybe, and Jason and the Snack Backpack were performing. It was at Meisner. I think that was No Snowball. And at the last second, Jason's like, "Hey, Jemmy," and he throws me, I don't know if it was his phone or something, and he's like, "Hey, can you film us on stage?" I'm like, okay. And the whole, like, I'm on stage, and there's part of me that's like, this is kind of cool, even though the crowd's not here to see me, this is kind of fun. But then there's other part of me where I'm like, oh shit, I better not slip and fall on, like, the chords, or, like, walk into the drummer without looking, you know what I mean? Like, you get super paranoid.
No, actually, it's funny that you say that, because a few weeks ago when we had Darius Rucker for the concert, for
Yeah.
the concert series.
Yeah.
We were doing like little bath shower things. I don't even remember what they were called.
Bath shower thing?
They're called shower sessions, like IRK is doing. So they're basically like joking or walking in on the artist while they're taking a shower while they're getting ready for the show. And it's actually a really funny idea because like it's cute, whatever.
Yeah.
We ended up, instead of doing shower, that is a ton of
It's a hard, yeah.
shower sessions with Dan and Shay. Instead of doing that, we brought them on the bus. We brought like our winners on the bus, and as I was videotaping everything, I was walking backwards, and then I think it was Dan. No, it was Shay that was on a hoverboard in the bus.
Like in the aisle?
Yeah, no, on the bus. Like their bus is pretty wide.
Okay.
He was on a hoverboard in the little kitchen area.
Gotcha.
And, like going around.
All right, this isn't like a normal bus. So
Yeah,
what am I thinking?
The tour bus. Come on, Demi. Like get with the picture.
That is called a hashtag brain fart.
Yeah. So he gets off his hoverboard, so I had to like turn around and like where he leaves his hoverboard in the middle of the walkway, and I don't really want to touch it because like first off I'm recording, so it's not like I can just bend down.
Right, exactly.
So like I had to keep moving, and I had to keep like making sure like I wasn't gonna trip and fall on the hoverboard.
Right.
Like so and all the time I'm always tripping over cords. Like I'm always the person that is running around all of our stations at like a chicken with the camera running.
Yeah, I see you.
I have to run.
There are times when I'm like, oh wait, was that Blur Estelle? Because I think I just saw her.
And like I always have to look down at the ground to make sure I'm not stepping on something.
Right.
Let alone trying to see if I'm running into anything.
Oh my gosh, so tricky.
Yeah, it is.
So tricky.
And I'm the most clumsiest person in the world, and I do not know how I've not like died yet. I'm shocked.
Well, I'm sure you're doing a great job. So if someone comes to you and says like with the whose idea was that for the zombie photo shoot? Whose was that?
It actually was the wedding planners.
Okay, all right.
I mean, the wedding planners, mine, and it was originally the wedding planners, and she wanted to do a themed wedding, to do a whole stage thing. So she got a makeup artist to come in, and so we all kind of set up and talked about what would be a cool wedding. So it was kind of a collaborated thing.
Yeah.
And we all put in our little bit of touches to it.
Nice. So I was curious because like when you have a photo shoot like this and you have a concept, like how does it all come together with the different? I'm assuming. I mean, I know with movie set materials at your fingertips, like maybe it's a little
it's not
simpler,
that
but
great.
like how do you get like collaborate and get all the like vendors that you need for like the makeup artist or the clothes?
The
or what
wedding
have you?
planner handled
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
That was all her doing. She just called in all her contacts, all the people she's worked with before.
Yeah.
And she asked, do you want to be a part of this? We're going to try to get it published, this and that. She put it on her website. I put it on my website. You know, we really originally just tried to get it to a wedding magazine. And none of them picked it up. So, which I think we probably should have done it much sooner.
Okay.
It was going to be try to get out in October.
Okay.
We tried to start, shot it probably in February the year prior, and then start selling it to wedding magazines before, so they would pick it up by October.
So that's a learning lesson, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is, but like other shoots I've done, like I did a whole white trailer trash thing.
Oh, you did? I didn't see that one. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'll have to bring it up.
Oh, yeah.
But my friend, Jesse, they have a trailer on their, they own a trailer, and I just thought it was fun. Like, you know, let's do like a white trash photo shoot concept. And it ended up being really great because I submitted one of my photos into photographer forums contest, and one of the photos I ended up actually becoming a finalist.
No way.
Yeah, so
it's amazing.
So I just throw stuff together because I look on Pinterest a lot.
Yeah.
And that's where I get a lot of my ideas. Like I have an idea to shoot pictures of Deja. I just got to get time with her to do it.
Yeah.
Because she's the only person I know that would be willing to do something, wear the outfit or the person that I can use to wear the outfit.
Okay, now I'm really curious.
It's not bad. I mean, I want it to be on the beach and like her just wearing like a high-waisted bathing bottom and just like a men's white t-shirt.
Nice.
But like if she gets wet, you know, you might see some stuff.
Yeah.
But I like to do things tastefully.
Yeah.
But
that'll be sexy.
Yeah.
Speaking of water, there was another shoot where like people were floating in
the
water.
pool, yes.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
How did you? Because I mean, it seems like there were like lighting concepts involved.
So
like, how does all of that work?
I have a pool, and all I used was my pool light. So I turned that on. I had everybody just float in the pool.
Yeah.
And then when it got a little bit darker, I just had my overhead light shining down at them. But I didn't really use that much lighting. Then I played with everything in Photoshop.
That's amazing. Okay, so this is the trailer trash one.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I did see this one.
Yeah.
This exact shot. I did see this one. I thought it was really cool. Where'd that gun come from?
It's one of her dad's props.
Is this Jessie?
Yes, that is Jessie.
Nice.
And that's actually the one that I was the finalist for.
Oh, amazing. I'll have to include this in the collage for this episode so people can see it. It's very nice.
Thank you.
Did you know that I used to work at a place, I'll tell you the name after we're off air, that will let you borrow jewelry for photo shoots for free.
Oh.
So
that is good
I
to
will
know.
tell you after we are done recording because I kind of don't like them as human beings. But they have amazing jewelry and it's free to borrow. So. And the lady who actually runs the jewelry department is fantastic. So, but I'll tell you.
It'd be good.
Yeah, definitely. So, okay. So we talked about how much planning goes into what's like the craziest thing that you've had to set up for or figure out how to accomplish for a shoot that you had in mind.
I don't think I really had one that's too crazy.
Yeah.
I kind of just throw things together. I don't really think about it. And I don't know if that's like a good thing or a bad thing. Like I always try to prep myself and I always like watch YouTube videos of photography, this and that.
Yeah.
Learn how to do different techniques and I just try. I don't really feel like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I just do it.
Has there been like a photo shoot that you've had something in mind, but then when you get through, you start doing the process of doing it, and it just has transformed into something else?
My water one, definitely for sure. That's probably the only one. Like I had a wholly different concept in mind, which I'm not even done editing those photos, and that was a year ago. That's really bad, and I'm really upset I just admitted that. But like
it's okay, you're meticulous.
Yeah, well, no,
it's not procrastination. It's being meticulous.
No, because I haven't touched them. But I've also been like so busy with work. Like just, when I'm home,
you sleep.
I sleep. I sleep. I just turn on like an audio, like something to listen to, and I just zone out and I go to bed. Like it's not. It's that. But like how I pictured them coming out at first was like I was gonna make them more creepy looking, this and that. And they ended up becoming something else, which I don't hate.
They ended up being honestly really just beautiful. Like in this weird way, I was kind of looking at them like, I'm looking at zombies, but they're so beautiful. Like
they weren't even
it was really
the wedding one or the water one.
The wedding one.
The wedding one.
Yeah. Were there zombies in the water? I missed that.
No, so I was talking about my like the one where people floated in the water.
Oh, okay.
Because I expected those to come out a little bit more creepy and making the girls look more dead.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah.
as I was working on them, I just made them beautiful.
Yeah.
Even like I did my one favorite one where I have Michael laying in the center and I have all the girls like grabbing him, and that was actually the model's idea. That wasn't even my own idea. So I take their ideas into consideration too, which is very important.
That's awesome.
So everybody gets to contribute to something.
How hard is it to coordinate a whole bunch of people when a lot of people are involved?
Luckily, like the models I use, like I've not had a problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I can't really say it's hard because like we all are very like-minded. Mm-hmm. And we're very open with one another. We can talk like, oh no, that's a bad idea, that's a good idea, this and that looks horrible.
Yeah.
I haven't had somebody yet that I'm like, I'm gonna kill you if you say something bad.
Because we know you got it in you.
Yeah. Like I haven't got crazy eyes on them.
So I took an accidental photography course.
Okay.
I say accidental because I intended it to be a graphic design course. It was a Photoshop class, and I thought, oh great, I'm gonna learn all this graphic design, but it ended up focusing on how to use it for photography. So it wasn't exactly what I thought I was signing up for, but it was still eye-opening to just how complicated and robust that software is.
It's long.
There's so much to it. Like, how do you learn all of that? How have you learned it?
Photoshop.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
And my mom, like I said, my mom's a graphic designer, and she likes to go in and play because it's relaxing to her as well. So even when it's funny because when I was running around with the camera. I never really want to do the Photoshop part, but Mom's like, no, you need to learn how to do this. So she just showed me how to do it. I even now have my mom show me how to do stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so it's...
Do you shoot in RAW or do you still shoot in JPEG?
Manual, or not automatic. I do not shoot manual.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. A lot of times in photo shoots, you don't really have time for it. Like,
yeah.
And I'm not the only photographer that will admit to that. I know other photographers that I met and talked to. They're like, no, I shoot in automatic.
Yeah.
To have the time to start to do that, mess with everything when you have it at your leisure, just to automatically do it.
Right.
There are certain times when I'm looking for a certain shot that I do have to flip back into manual.
Yeah.
Just to get to focus on what I exactly wanted to focus on.
Yeah.
But most of the time I shoot in automatic. Like,
I'm not hating on you. I mean,
there are people out there like, oh no, she shoots in automatic. She's not a real photographer. Up your wazoo. Up your wazoo.
If you can't tell in the end, one way or the other, like, come on.
And a lot of times people do things in Photoshop. Like, if something's not right, I can fix it in Photoshop.
Right.
And as much as I hated learning it when I was younger, I'm so happy that I did. And now I always look stuff up, how to do this in Photoshop, how to do that. YouTube is fabulous.
Yeah, and Photoshop is pretty fabulous too. It's difficult as it can be to learn because it is so
it's
much
very
in
it's
there.
very it's so tedious too. Like, even though like airbrush people, it's a very tedious job.
Yeah.
And especially like I think that's part of the reason why I like backed off on my water photos, because it's hard to Photoshop them because they have splash of water on them and like they keeping the water on them, and it's very tedious. Like, but I really do.
Yeah. If you could, like, set up any kind of photo shoot, like with anybody or about anything, what do you think you would want to do? Like, no budget, like...
No budget?
I mean, unlimited budget. Wait, let me rephrase. Unlimited budget.
Unlimited budget. That's hard.
Yeah.
I have so many different ideas in my head that I would love to do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a really hard question, because I would love to do like a jungle theme, and then just do like, just even do like portrait of women, not necessarily naked, but like they're covering themselves up, but just, I wouldn't even need money for that too either.
Yeah.
Just like, even just have a backdrop of it and have my own studio and have all natural lighting from it, because I hate studio lighting. It aggravates me. Mm-hmm. But just like, I don't know, even just throw paint on people.
Yeah.
Like, I have so many different ideas that I can't even just pick one. I would never be able to pick one. Like, I think I would never be able to do it because I wouldn't be able to pick one.
Right.
So.
Well, I think you have such a great imagination that it's probably just always going.
It is. And it's so bad. Like, I'm trying to find some other ways that I can use all my creative ability, because it's too much and I don't have time to do a whole photo shoot. It breaks my heart right now. So, but I've been trying to get more back into it, which is great. Like, tomorrow I'm shooting photos for Sweet Cravings, who...
Oh.
So I'm shooting pictures of their cupcakes for them.
Yeah, they Sweet Cravings. Why do I know them? Who are they?
They're one of our clients at the radio station. They
Yeah.
actually have a cupcake truck, and they
That's what it is. I've seen their truck.
So I'm shooting photos for them. They got a new website, so I'm shooting like people eating their cupcakes.
Nice.
Actually, the actual product.
Nice.
So I'm super excited for that, and I get to get free cupcakes out of it.
Oh,
So.
all right. So I'll be there. What time?
So hard.
I'll be sure to drink my green tea beforehand and only have one cupcake.
Yeah, I won't eat anything else for the rest of the day, because their cupcakes are amazing. Like, people need to go check out Sweet Cravings. It's amazing.
Do you like shooting objects as much as you like shooting people?
Not really.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Even when I was working at JC Western, when I shoot the booths, like, I have so many creative ideas for it, but you can only shoot a product so many times.
Yeah.
You can only with people it's a lot different, because you can always change the way they look.
Mm-hmm.
With products, you can't really change the way they look. You can't change a booth. You can't change a cupcake.
Right.
Like,
Right.
It's not as...
Yeah, you can't put a flower headband on a cupcake. I mean, you can, but it really...
It's not gonna look good.
Not quite as appetizing.
Nah, bro. But it's not as versatile.
Yeah.
You know, it's not as... you can't change it.
Yeah.
People you can change.
Yeah. I see that. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Well then. Oh, my goodness.
You're like so prepared. I feel like I'm like being interviewed by Oprah. Like, you got like 10,000 questions here.
Well, I prepare my questions, and then I try not to look at them too much, because, you know, I always like to be conversational. But so if you did say that you tend to get along very well with your models. Has there ever been, you know, for someone who's listening who's trying to be a photographer, has there been a situation where, like, someone has just rubbed you the wrong way or is very difficult to work with, and how do you not have that be a roadblock?
I'm the kind of person, like, if there's an issue, like, I say it and then I move on.
Yeah.
Or I just don't work with that person again, or I don't involve that person around me.
Yeah.
That's how I deal with the situation. I mean, everybody else is different.
Yeah.
There are people that I don't talk to in the photography world who've gone out of their... Actually, really shouldn't say this because it shouldn't be recorded. But, like, you know, there's been issues between other photographers and
Yeah.
people. After I work with them one time, I don't work with them again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't blackball them, and if they do it to me, that's their business, but I'm not going to go around bashing people.
Right.
It's
right.
not fair to them.
Yeah, you don't want that karma out there.
No.
Not at all.
No.
And so, getting to the place where you are, I mean, looking on YouTube, looking on Pinterest, you're primarily self-taught, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes people think, oh, just pick up a camera and start clicking away, but from, you know, conceptualizing a photo shoot, getting all the materials and all the stuff and all the people together that you need to get together, then taking all the shots that you intend to take and the ones that appear to you as, oh, I'll take a shot of this, and then from there processing and, you know, editing and I mean, there's a lot that
People don't realize that goes in.
Right, and a lot of variance of skill. How would you say that, it's especially impressive that you're so self-taught with all of this, how would you say that you've evolved since you've been, like, really taking this seriously? How have you evolved and grown as a photographer?
My pictures are a lot better,
Yeah.
for one. I've also gotten a lot more creative as I've gone on. Like, I usually just shoot girls, just, like my friend Jessie, used to shoot pictures of her and just be her in a cute dress. And that's it.
Yeah.
Like I did a whole flag photo shoot. Like,
I saw that.
and
I
like
saw
that
that.
was one of my first bigger photo shoots. And
Yeah.
even if you walk through there, you see all the people change. My favorite ones of my friend Rosie and her at the beach. And there's one photo that I just love of her, like, sitting in the water and the flag down on the ground.
Yeah.
And her looking at it like it looks...
See the blonde girl?
Yes,
Yes.
but it has the flower in her
She
hair.
kind of looks like that classic pinup tattoo girl, you
Oh,
know?
yeah. And you would not believe how much crap I've got for those photos.
Why? Because it's desecrating the flag?
Yes, but
It's celebrating it.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
right.
It's an art. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like, I also, like, even before I did that shoot, I looked up, like, what you can consider desecrating the flag.
Yeah.
Now, if you really look into that, technically, anything and everything everybody does is desecrating the flag.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, if you create a cake that looks like a flag, you're desecrating the flag. If you use those little flags, you know, the little flags they stick in the ground.
The little toothpick ones? Oh, those. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That people stick in the ground on 4th of July, because we're going to see 100 of them this
totally,
weekend.
Totally.
And that's considered desecrating flag because the flag is touching the ground.
Yeah.
The only true way you're really supposed to fly a flag is on a pole.
Yeah.
And up full standard, and there's a height of the pole that you have to set it up
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
It's the only true way you're really supposed to put a flag. You're not supposed to wear a t-shirt with a flag on it.
Yeah.
You're not, like, no clothing, no
Flag
nothing.
earrings.
No, you're not. You're not. Like, you're truly desecrating the flag no matter other way.
Yeah.
And granted, I wasn't just throwing the flag on the ground either.
Yeah.
Like, it was gently placed around her.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't drag it on the ground. I picked it up as we moved to different spots.
Yeah.
I gently placed it. Like, if people, just stupid.
It's the beautiful shot. Where did you get that flag?
Oh, I ordered offline.
Nice.
Yeah, Amazon.
Nice.
But I feel like I've just grown more in creativity than anything.
Yeah.
And, like, I've had help from other photographers too, and my mom, about how learning to edit people and make them look more natural looking, so, like, they're not so as Photoshop looking.
Right.
And not so, like, fake.
Yeah.
And I've grown in that way. And I'm learning different techniques, so it's a learning process the entire thing.
Right.
It's funny that you say that about it all being a process, all this and that, because I always see people now shooting, like having full-on photo shoots with their phone.
Yeah.
And it, like, I look at them and I'm like, what is wrong with you? They're like, oh, well, you can do anything on an iPhone. And I'm like, no. No, like, just because if you pull that picture up into Photoshop, it's not going to be the same as if you're going to shoot on DSLR.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
So
that's one of the things I did learn from my Photoshop photo class, my accidental photography class.
Yeah. Like, even today when Rebecca and I were picking up our lunch, like, we saw somebody in City Place having a photo shoot on their phone, and I'm sitting there looking at them like, what are you doing with your life? Like, just, if you want good photos, there's a better way to do it. A, buy a camera. Know a friend who's a photographer who actually likes you, and will do your photos for free.
So be nice to people who have cameras.
or hire
only reason
one.
I'm nice to you, Estelle. Only reason.
It's the only reason why anybody's nice to me. Because I'm not that nice of a person, and I know that.
You say that all the time. That was like one of the first things you ever said to me.
You know
like,
what?
I'm a
I tell
bitch.
everybody that. That's one of the first things. Hi, I'm Estelle. I'm not a nice person. And I feel like...
But it's so funny, but you are. Like, that's what's so funny about it.
I am, but I'm not.
You just don't take shit. There's a difference.
There is. But the thing is that everybody thinks that I'm just a bitch. But I'm not. Like, I'm just being honest with you. And people take it as me being mean. I'm like, so I'm going to be straight up for it. I'm a mean person. I'm not nice.
Proceed with caution. Enter your own people.
Yeah. I feel like there's nothing wrong with warning people about me.
No, you're great. So if people want to reach out and they have a photo shoot that they have in mind and they want to get in touch with you, like, how do they do that?
They can get me in touch with me on my website, which is DeShocka Photography. That's DESHOCKA.
Seriously,
photography.
one of my favorite last names ever.
Thank you. I also have a Facebook you can reach it, and Instagram. You can contact me on any of those platforms.
Yeah.
So,
and it'll all be in my write-up.
Yep.
And is there anything that we didn't cover that you wanted to talk about?
not that I can think of right now.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Probably like 3 hours from now, I'll be like, yeah, I want to tell Jemmy about that.
Ah, son of a bitch.
It's whatever. Story of my life.
It's all right. We'll edit in later.
Yeah. They'll never know.
They'll never know. Well, do you want to sign up the podcast?
Sure, what am I saying?
So you're just going to say, like, hey, what's up, people? Yeah, not like that, but whatever you want to say. Hey, this is Estelle DeShocka with Curve the Cube.
All right. Hey guys, it's your favorite photographer, Estelle DeShocka, and you're listening to Curve the Cube.
Yay! High five.
I know I'm fab.
You are fab.
You have successfully curved the cube.